Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm gonna do my presentation on the invasive fish. Today's the 26th of June. The invasive fish is also known as Channa argus, the northern snakehead. It's wanted dead, not alive. It's an invading species. Snakehead is a pretty dangerous fish. It's sneaking its ways into American waters. The fish has no natural predators here, and it's invading and reproducing rapidly, just taking over the ecosystems. If it's not stopped, it'll destroy the population of our native fish because it's up there on the food chain. The snakehead fish has a lot of different abilities. The first ability, being the most dangerous, is its ability to walk on land. It does this by wiggling its muscular body back and forth outside on the land, and that's how it can move upstream when it's in shallow water. The snakehead fish's second most dangerous ability is its ability to breathe outside of water. Scientists have reported that this fish can live out of water for up to 4 days. This adaptive trait really gives it the, just a more dominant factor as far as adaptability, staying alive. The snakehead fish does this breathing out of water by the hyomandibular process. It has a suprabronchial chamber behind its head. It's a little sac that holds air. This essentially gives that fish the ability to breathe outside of water. It's pretty nuts. Crazy. The snakehead fish is, it's sparked a lot of popularity in American culture. A couple movies, Frankenfish, pretty decent movie. Swarm of the Snakehead, that was just an absolutely weird, funny movie, I guess. But you can see how popular it's becoming in American culture. Snakehead fish's reproduction is still unclear to scientists. They do believe that the snakeheads clear plants and build a simple circular nest at the surface of the water. Male will just encircle the female and squeeze out her eggs and fertilize them. Put sperm on them, I guess. Mature northern snakehead female can carry as many as 50,000 eggs at one time. Depending on the water temperature, they can hatch in 24 to 48 hours. When they hatch, they'll stay at the surface until their fins develop. Many scientists believe that the snakehead can reproduce any time of year. I mean, that just gives it a huge advantage. Snakeheads are believed to be active during the day, but may also be active at night. Snakeheads hunt by ambushing their prey. Adults hunt alone, but younger snakeheads will, hunt together. You can see in that picture there the sheer damage that a snakehead can do to a normal fish. Snakeheads, having originated from Asia, they have natural predators there, so they're kept in check in that habitat. But here in America, they just, they don't have anything keeping them from running the show, essentially. So they do it here, Here in the you have three pictures here. On the top right, that's a small white perch. On the bottom right, we have a small bass, and on the left there is just a snakehead, And you can just, you look at those pictures and you see that the snakehead is just a bigger fish all around. During all the life stages, they'll compete with native species for food and habitat control. The young snakeheads will eat, zooplankton, larvae, crustaceans, and the young of other fish. However, as adults, they'll become unstoppable predators. They'll feed on other fish, crustaceans, frogs, sometimes even birds and small mammals. Here you can see the red dots are the reported sightings of snakeheads, mostly along the eastern seaboard there, but some have been, reported out Midwest. A few dots there, and down there in Florida there was one, but mostly on the eastern seaboard. They can potentially transfer, pathogens, harmful parasites and bacteria to our native fish. Fishery scientists, they're trying to get a good look on that, but it's still being in process. But one of the biggest issues with the snakehead invasion is just people unknowingly releasing them in the wild where they've never been. Currently, they're sold in fish markets, Sometimes, they're also sold in restaurants, some restaurants in Boston and New York, but they are available on the internet. Here in this image, you'll see all the red states are states where legal action has been reported, as far as snakehead, transportation, whatever. But yellow states are just no legal action, but most of those have had sightings. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has taken action to prevent these fish from being allowed in our waters. Under the authority of the Injurious Wildlife Provisions of the Lacey Act, the service is preparing to list the snakehead as an injurious species. This would prohibit the interstate and transportation and importation of 28 snakehead species in the United States. But specialized sectors are currently importing these fish. Snakeheads, the potential damage is just millions of dollars, while only $85,000 of profit has been reported from 1997 to 2000. So it's just not a good payout there at all. There's a pretty good reason why it's called the Frankenfish, and it needs to be stopped. It's been reported near Lake Michigan. If it makes its way into Lake Michigan, I guarantee you it'll be unstoppable, because it'll slip its way into Huron, I'm sure, and in the surrounding lakes eventually. What can we do to stop this? If you're an angler, then you already know what you got to do. You kill the fish as soon as you catch it. Then you take a picture of it and you can report it to your nearest, game and fish or whatever for your state, so that they can know. But it needs to be stopped, plain and simple. And that's my presentation. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the snakehead. Thank you.